Hey guys, thanks for watching this video. I wanted to share my story and what has got me into fitness and a little bit about me. I usually share like tidbits of here and there of like bodybuilding and different things like that, but I want to share just me and where I come from because I believe everyone has a story, and no matter what your story is, it's special to you and you shouldn't feel like your story is nothing compared to other people's stories, because we all are wanting to live life to, you know, progress and feel good about ourselves and be confident. So this is my story. So I started doing fitness when I was pretty much in elementary school. I wanted to follow the lead of my sister, and she did cheerleading, so I did cheerleading, and then she did volleyball, I did volleyball, and there's a lot of sports that she did, so I started doing. So me and my twin grew up doing a lot of sports together and followed the lead of my older sister. And I just got really competitive, and we just had a household of all of us always doing sports and stuff like that. So I did cheerleading, I did volleyball for a very long time, I did track, and I played like softball, basketball. I did a lot of other sports for like 1 or 2 years, but I really just enjoyed my main sports, which was volleyball and track. In the early years, I did cheerleading and traveled around Texas, so I enjoyed doing that. That got me out of my comfort zone. So I've always been very competitive in that standpoint. So when I got into high school, I played sports up into my senior year, and then I took the senior year off of just doing any sports. And during that time, I worked in retail. I started just kind of doing my own thing and kind of drank alcohol on the weekends, but mostly I started getting into smoking cigarettes. And I noticed I would have a lot of chest pain, and I was very insecure in high school. I felt like every time I had a crush on a boy, I couldn't get that boy. Like, he liked my friend, or my friend would, you know, have a crush on him too, and they would date. Or, you know, it just like seemed like everything that I did, I didn't really feel secure. I had a lot of acne through school, so I felt just like I wanted to hide all the time, and I didn't feel comfortable going a day without makeup. So I was just very insecure, smoked cigarettes a lot, had a lot of chest pain. And after high school, me and this guy started dating, and he started smoking about a pack a day, maybe even more than a pack of cigarettes a day. So then naturally I started smoking more cigarettes. We were living together, and it got to the point where after about a couple of years of smoking cigarettes, I started smoking a pack a day and major chest pains. And the bad thing is in middle school, after getting graduating 8th grade, my mom had a heart attack. So she was 40 years old, had a heart attack. And I remember thinking, oh my goodness, I should probably stop, like, I should probably take care of my health. So through like middle school to high school, you know, I was very conscious of like my health and being good, but then obviously I got into smoking cigarettes in high school, so that was not a good idea. And when I got chest pain, I remember my mom always saying, like, Jacqueline, you know, my doctor always said all my daughters need to take care of their health. So I knew that in the back of my head. I think she was hinting at me because she could smell the cigarettes. But I didn't stop smoking until I was about 20 years old. I think maybe 21 was when I officially like knocked it. So I had been smoking cigarettes for like 4 years, maybe 5 years. And I was up to a pack a day. I had chest pain a lot, sharp pains, could barely breathe, a lot of times got headaches, dehydrated, and I finally decided that I needed to take care of my health again, and I want to feel confident in myself. So at this time, fast forward, me and that ex was no longer together, and I started dating my current husband. At that time, that was 8 years ago, and I just started going to the gym. I started hacking up my lungs, quit smoking cigarettes, and just start working out. I didn't really know what to do. I did like cardio, some like plyometric stuff, just things that I saw on like Facebook and Instagram at that time, because it started getting really popular. And so I did that, and I noticed I started feeling better. And one of the things I knew how to do was start changing myself mentally and knowing that I was in control of my happiness. And so fitness kind of helped me get there. It made me realize that if you can physically be disciplined and take control of the things that a lot of people have a hard time struggling with and having control, that you're capable of overcoming anything. So in 2010, 2011, I started getting really interested in bodybuilding. About 2012, 2013, I took it a lot more serious, and I started to start figuring out macros using MyFitnessPal and going from there. And then in 2015, I want to say 2015, is when I discovered First Form. and they had like athlete searches, and I decided to just every year since 2015 I have applied to the athlete search, and that made me then become a Legionnaire with first form, which then they started hosting my Transformation Starts Today, and that let me be a coach through the challenge, but also, you know, being a client through the transformation. So it's absolutely free, and I really enjoyed doing that. And even though I don't post like every week check-ins, I like to see how I'm tracking every time I do post, so when there's challenges and stuff like that. So for the past 2 years, they've had it where they keep the photos, and it's really nice to see my progress because it really brings back memories, makes me realize how far I have come. So let me kind of rewind. So when I started doing bodybuilding, it was more for like my health and just a new challenge. I didn't really care, like I don't think that everybody has to do bodybuilding to be in fitness, but I just needed a challenge for myself. So I started bodybuilding in 2016. I got certified just to do that and started continuing. So 2016, almost got my pro card, got first place in Bikini Open Tall and Novice Tall. Then the next year got third place in Bikini Open at 2 shows. And then I decided to hire a coach last year. So John Gorman helped me through my prep this year. So everything that my transformation website has loaded is pretty much close to what my macros were, give or take, for like carb cycling and stuff for the show. But I think that's really cool to track progress, no matter if it's gaining weight or losing weight. I think that's fun seeing my progress during shows and seeing my progress through, you know, improvement season where I have to gain weight. So you can see the photos that I have been through many stages, but I think what's important is knowing that in each stage that you're in, what your main goal is. Because I can compare my photos of like show day or a check-in close to show day to now, and I look like I'm fat, but honestly, I feel great. I feel great, I have good energy, and it's not necessarily just the physical side, but it's the mental side. Like, I don't like compare myself to other females. I really help to like want to be very positive with other females and make friends. And I think it's like really cool that fitness has helped me feel like I belong somewhere and that I'm part of a community, that I'm not singled out, that I don't belong. I don't feel like I'm having to compete with other people. I'm competing with myself. I think that's the beauty of fitness, is your control of like what you want to do. And that's really got me into fitness total. So I quit a 12-year career to be a personal trainer and to essentially like move up in that career and do more, but it's somewhere to start and get my foot in the door and continue to learn more and help other people. But I think that what ended up happening as well is I've helped myself grow mentally and physically in reaching my goals, getting my pro card this year, placing top 5 at a pro show, and just seeing my transformation, that even like my transformation from before I started competing back in 2016, this photo that, you know, I have more love handles and my body looks completely different, and I felt very thin but kind of boxy and high body fat, to now I carry my weight a little differently. I have a lower body fat percent, and I feel great in my clothes, and I feel great for who I am, and I think that that's really a cool thing. So the transformation challenge has really helped me. Also, just being certified and learning more things and constantly growing, using YouTube and Google. Like, everybody underestimates what there is out there, and I think that you really have to like utilize the tools, and knowing that it's somewhere to start. You don't have to overthink it. It's trial and error, but it's somewhere to get started, and it's a great plan not to overthink it and take it one day at a time. Give it time to get the results and for your body to change, and then you tweak it from there. But my story really is just that I don't care completely about the physical side. Like, obviously I want to be healthy and not be overweight, which I've never really struggled with. But I think what's important that a lot of people forget is they forget that fitness is about being fit and healthy and lowering risk of cancer and diseases and chronic diseases and all kinds of things that we kind of are blindsided because we are so stuck on what social media is portraying what we should look like and what clothes we need to do, what angles to be. But honestly, it just boils down to being your best version of you, being happy and being truly healthy. And health is your physiological health, not just your physical health. And I think that's really important. So that's kind of my story. I am not smoking cigarettes. I do drink alcohol sometimes, but I'm not trying to be this perfect like Instagram influencer physique or what is portrayed on Instagram. I'm here to be healthy and show the real version of fitness, that it's not all about the physical side, but it's also the health aspect, which coincides with the physical side that comes eventually, but it's finding the best version of you and being happy with who you are, and that really changes mentally. It's not just the physical side. It took me years to really work hard on changing my perspective of how I viewed life, and I think that changed where once I got my mind right, that I also got my physical side right, and those kind of clashed together at the same time. Like as I was doing fitness, I was also changing my mindset, and it's important to do both. You will always think you can achieve the best happy you if you have like the perfect quads or the skinniest waist, but once you achieve that, there's always something else you're going to want. So you mentally have to make sure that you are finding that happy you, and it's not just one or the other. You have to have both. So that's my story, and I'm continuing to grow physically and mentally. I like the journey of bodybuilding. I like the journey of just changing my body and learning more, because everything requires trial and error, and if you're not constantly changing, whether you're completely satisfied with it or not, you're not constantly learning, and that's part of the journey. The journey never ends, and it's constantly going. So anyways, I'm gonna cut this video, and I really appreciate you guys watching. I enjoy making videos just to kind of just talk, but also it's nice sharing my journey and knowing that maybe somebody else out there has the same journey slightly, or maybe similarities. Maybe a family member has struggled with heart attacks or health issues, and that's where you maybe want to stay healthier and be a better you. Thank you for your time, and I will see you guys later. Bye.